Hello, everyone, and this is your coach, Geeta Dubey, and today we'll be unleashing the power of attitude. I little bit did a short video yesterday and talking about the scientific method, how we can understand the attitude. You can go and look at it. It's only for 3 minutes, but today I'll be talking in details. What is an attitude and what all you can do? So I hope you enjoy and you get some tips from it, because this is one of the key concepts we really need to learn, whether we are in business, whether we need to learn it as a student or as a professional. Whatever you do, you have to have this kind of mindset, which is also known as attitude. So with that, let's get started. So let's talk about biggest question. What is an attitude, right? Um, you can see that we all want to know how does it work and what is really an attitude. So here you can see attitude is a simple state of mind. Your attitude is your mindset. We'll talk about that as well. It is the way you look at things mentally. They indicate one's feeling either favorably or unfavorably to persons, object, or events, right? So, attitude is one of those small things that make a big difference, right? We all have faced it. How are we, when we change our attitude, everything about any situation, person, or object changes as well. So, this is one of those things where it makes a huge impact in our daily lives. Without the right attitude, the persons with a great talent, skill, and knowledge cannot achieve their potential. That is 100% true. If you don't have a right attitude, you would not be able to get success in anything, in any goal or any purpose or any aim you're trying to achieve. Positive attitude leads to happiness, success, and can change your whole life. It brings constructive, absolutely 100% constructive changes into one's life. So here you can see I've shown a picture where there's a cat and the shadow is of a lion. It is by Winston Churchill and it has been explained very well. It seems small, but it has a huge impact. Attitude, right? So here, the positive attitude, you see the bright side of the life. Sorry. So you always see the bright side, right? Become an optimistic, expect best to happen. If one looks at the bright side of the life, your whole life becomes filled with light. Correct? We all know that. Persons with positive attitude are caring, confident, patient, humble, and because of their positive attitude or outlook, that radiates energy, happiness, and success, such are welcomed by all. So this is what I've also talked about yesterday in my short video, that once you have a positive attitude, you radiate so much of positivity in the form of vibrations that people would love to come to talk to you. You become a magnet to people and they like being in your company, right? So because you're thinking positively and you're also hoping for a positive outcome. So here, see this guy, he's so much in confusion, uh, utterly confused. He's looking at the iceberg. So you all know what is an iceberg. How much do you see of an iceberg? That's what he's contemplating right now. So here you can see the only 10% of any iceberg is visible, right? Are you all with me? We are talking about it, right? So only 10% of the iceberg is visible, and the remaining 90% is below the sea level. And here another quote I wanted to share it with you all, which is a very, very important one, which I feel is by William James. And what he said was, whenever you are in conflict with someone, there is one factor that can make the difference between damaging the relationship or deepening it, right? The factor is just the attitude. How you look at things is such an important factor. So let's continue with our iceberg, right? So we were seeing only 10% of it, and invisible was absolutely below the sea level, and that was 90% of the iceberg. What does that mean? So the iceberg phenomena is also applicable to human beings. Very true. And I talk a lot about that. How so? So you see, you have skills, knowledge, which you have attained through your school years, college years, or masters or PhDs. So you have those skills, correct? So those are very known to everybody. They can see, look at you with the degrees. They can look at you, what you have achieved, whether it's in your academics or in job, business, anything. So those are very visible traits of yours to the other people. So some traits of yours which are not visible to the people, which is known as attitude, and we'll talk more in details in coming slides. So those things people don't know about you. You just look at the things which are visible, and they probably have an opinion about what they look at about you. So they just form an opinion based on those credentials you have, which people can see. So also, which are known to other people, is your behavior, right? So people can see you, how you behave in different situations, how you react in different situations, how you present yourself in challenges. So those are the behavior points which people can see about you. Now, what people cannot see about you is the values, the standards, the judgments, your attitude, basically, the motives, the ethics, the beliefs. So what does that mean literally? So people cannot see how you're operating, correct? So sometimes when you are disheartened about, let's say, a situation in your either business or job, you might find yourself, giving it up on it, like basically not continuing with it. You just give up on it. So that's some people have that kind of mental attitude towards it. But on the other hand, some people would find, even they are going through challenges in their business life, career, or anything, they would not give it up. They would still keep on working towards what they had hoped for and try to improve upon that. So those are the belief systems, what you're holding on to, your ethics, how you perform things, ethics, your integrity, in other words, your motives. What is the motive? Why are you doing this? The whys. Are you able to answer your whys with clarity or not? What are the values you have? Values could be like where you are able to see objectively anything which has been presented to you. And standards and judgments, are you able to make the right judgments about the situation, people, or objects, or you're very judgmental otherwise and you're not able to relate to the real situation? So these are the things which people will not be able to see about you. So how does that all happen? So it all impacts your behavior. So something which is having underneath, which is 90% of yourself, people are not able to see. So that's going to impact your behavior, which is outside, which is the world is going to see, right? So your attitude is the key to success. We all face challenges. How we handle those is the key, right? I think you all will agree with me. And this was given by Kevin Hall, author in the book Aspire. So attitude and success. Superachievers do not waste time in unproductive thoughts or negative thinking, right? They think positively, and they know their level of thinking determines their success. So they are very focused. They work on their mindset a lot, like big athletes, successful people, big entrepreneurs, doctors, scholars. They know it's about their mind, it's about their mindset, how they have to move forward in their life and to achieve any success in their life. Well, with a bad attitude, you can never have a positive day. I think you will all agree with me over there. And with a positive positive attitude, you can never have a bad day. There is something to think about, right? So if you're having a positive attitude, you would find that nobody can bring it down for you. And if you're having a really bad attitude, if anybody even doesn't say in the wrong intention, you would take it in that way because you're not thinking straight, because your attitude about everything has changed. So emphasizing on the positive and diffusing the negative. Emphasizing the positive and diffusing the negative is using like a magnifying glass, right? So you have to diffuse which is not working for you. You have to literally get it out of sight or out of your mind. You can place the glass over good news and feel better, or you can magnify bad news and make yourself miserable. Like sometimes you might have seen it, like if you wake up in the morning and if you're having a bad um, probably a thought, right? And you start acting negatively, and that trickle down whole day. So the person you meet, they have something bad to tell you. The friend you were trying to call the call will not go through. The boss is giving you a hard time. So you feel little nudges of it throughout the day. Magnifying situations can become a habit. So once you start doing that, that's not going to help you a lot. If you continually focus on difficult situations, the result could be exaggerated. So, what is an attribute of a negative person? So, you might have seen in your life that there are some people, whenever you try to talk to them, or whenever you try to engage with any conversations with them, you never feel good about it. They have something about them that you end up saying, I could have avoided this, right? Usually those are the people who are like they have these kind of attributes, which are unhappy, pessimistic, unpleasant, defensive, argumentative, confrontational, disrupted. So they would try to, even if you're in very high spirits or you are in very high vibrations, they will try to bring you down because they can never think positively about a situation. So what these people have, they have obstacles in maintaining a positive attitude. How do they do that? They always live in fear. I don't know, fear of what? Fear of success, fear of doing anything great, fear of not performing well, fear of um, getting into trouble. So they have some kind of fear around them. They always worry a lot. So some of these people are also can be categorized into overthinking, and they get angry about every small thing they come across, and they self-doubt, right? So these are the traits you would see in these people when you come across one of those person. And what is the not attributes of a positive person, right? They are confident, they are very caring. So you might have seen that some people just like to help, even if nobody's asked them. So that's one of the biggest traits. They're very assertive, they're very firm, and they know what they are saying, and they know how to deliver it well, correct? And they also make their point across very well. So assertive is when you know exactly what you're saying and how you're saying, and is it making impact or not. They're very patient. They know when to speak, when not to speak, when to hold back. They exactly know how to do it. And they're very, very humble. They're always one of the best people you'll come across, and they happen to be one of the successful ones. They're very humble. They're always open to learn something new, which is a great attribute or great trait to have. They're curious learners. So benefits of a positive mental attitude, and what are those? So number one, it's individual, increases confidence. Yes, it does. So I always tell people, like, you should always try to become more confident when you are dealing with any challenges or any situations in your life. It definitely reduces stress, career success, high productivity, improves interpersonal relations, which are very, very important, and it's very, very energizing. 5 habits maintaining a positive mental attitude. What would that be? Please pay attention to these ones, right? So they would really, really help you to in the future you can develop or any of these skills for yourself, except whatever situation you find yourself. So acceptance is also very important. Sometimes people are not able to see with clarity what the situation is, right? So they are either looking at it from a different aspect. They are not able to see it more clearly. Focus on the positive sides of a problem. So you might have seen when you're discussing or you're having any situation. So I would encourage you. So that takes some time, like don't react to a situation immediately, or sometimes, as people say, sleep on it tonight, and we'll talk about it next day, which I usually do. So you can do that as well. So just sleep on it. That really helps. So take some time before you really see all the negatives in a situation, right? Focus on solutions. So try to find out the solution in it, like, okay, this is the problem, we have it, so we have to go from A to B. So what are the obstacles we are having? So become more objective in your mind when you're dealing with a problem or any challenge. Make a list of possible solutions to a problem. Now, one is focusing. So just any problem you face, just make up in your mind that I'm going to focus on the positive side of it. Now, next, or the solution. Next would be the list of the possible solutions to the problem. So don't just get one solution and just stick to it. I would encourage you to do multiple solutions and then, get the best outcome. Focus on the future always. So you would always find whenever you are going through a hard time, I always say, think tomorrow would be better than today. So that really takes all the stress off of it. Just think tomorrow, or even just 1 hour from now. And let's say you are having an issue, like something is going on. Just think, okay, 1 hour, let's say it's 12 o'clock. By 1 o'clock, things would get better, right? By 2 o'clock, things would get better. So that shifts your mind a lot. So follow the simple rules, and you would find yourself really, really, really helping you out a lot. Whenever experience is followed by a positive consequence, person is likely to repeat the behavior. So whenever you see something positive is happening with you, or whenever the result of any situation was very positive, so you will think, okay, let me do it again, let me try it again, right? Like I said, I just give you an example. Like when you think like, okay, this is a big issue. So just think, okay, 2 hours from now, how would that be? Correct? So when followed by negative consequence, behavior should soon stop. So whenever you feel you're feeling utterly low, utterly your confidence level is, your self-esteem or something is going on with you, so just stop that behavior, write it down, and never try to repeat it again. All right. So those were some of the really tips which you could use it in your daily lives. I hope you enjoyed today's session. Please subscribe and press the like button to my YouTube channel. Press the bell icon to get more notifications, because I would be coming up with so many business growth, life coaching, and motivational tips in the future. Thank you so much for being with me today. You all have a wonderful day.